Hey folks, this is Putz327 here with a very long video recording of Syberia, and it's a point-and-click adventure game that came out in, I think, 2002? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, this is one of my favorite games. I played it a long time ago, and I bought it on Steam, the original one I had on the disc. But that was for a very old operating system, and of course it wouldn't work on the new stuff. But anyway, I got the first game, which is what I'm playing now, and I have Syberia 2, which I got, it was an on-the-house game on Origin. And I think either later this month, which is April, we're in April now, that Syberia 3 is supposed to come out, and if my computer will run it, and if I get through the first game and the second game, which I plan to play on my channel, I will also record Syberia 3, but that's if my computer will run it, because my computer is the old man of laptops now. Found out it doesn't like to record a lot of games, but anyway, and also I apologize for not recording anything since August, I think. I've gone through several life changes fairly recently, and I haven't been able to record in the last 8-9 months, however long that was. But it is April 2017 now, and I'm back to recording, and I hope to do a lot more, upload a lot more videos on my channel. Like, as I said, I've gone through several life changes. I'm able to record somewhere else now, so if you hear any background noise, it's probably why, because it is in the daytime. It's actually 4:45 right now, so without any more introduction, this game, to me at least, is amazing. And here we go. It's a creepy intro. I like it. Okay, we're going to jump in here. There's going to be a lot of talking parts in this game. I actually already recorded an hour of it, but then I realized the webcam wasn't recording, so I had to start again. And I will record an hour this time too. Obviously the graphics aren't the best, and I hope you can see my cursor. I don't know if that's picking up in the recording or not, but it's an old game. I think this one came out in 2002, and the second one came out in 2008. But I'm not entirely sure. Maybe someone can correct me on that. Okay. Let yourself be transported by the magnificent landscape surrounding a small charming town tucked away in the Alps. The Vorarlberg. My camera's in the way. Exceptional, I don't know how to say that. In the specialized world of luxury something. Automatons is the root of Vala-de-Len's reputation around the world. For 800 years, the Vorarlberg family has passed its knowledge from generation to generation, perfecting the art of that particular branch of clockmaking that breathes life into the complex network of cogs and spindles that make up automatons. Its creative wonders once defied belief and drew the admiration of young and old alike. People would come from across Europe for a chance to vie for the right to own one of these fantastic toys. At the heart of a mechanical automaton is its motor. Its motor. A series of spindles are set in motion to music via a set of cogs attached to the spindles are cams that are shaped in the image of the music. In turn, they command a series of rods which control the gestures of the toys at their tips. Automaton construction takes place in 3 stages: modeling, mechanics, and casing. The process requires the participation of 20 different specialized trades. In its heyday, the Vorarlberg factory employed over 100 craftsmen, mechanics, watchmakers, sculptors, tailors, and dressmakers, working in separate workshops. Vorarlberg automatons all have 2 distinguishing features in common: their high-precision mechanisms and the characteristic Vorarlberg wind-up key. Devising and assembling each model is a meticulous process. Standard toys are constructed from local wood, while the most sophisticated ones use more precious resources such as ebony imported from Madagascar. Despite competition from Asia, the Vorarlberg never gave in to the temptation to produce electrical robots and chose to continue their exploration of the mysteries of perpetual mechanical motion. The Vorarlbergs have come a long way since jointed puppets of yesteryear. Today, something lifelike has the impression that they think for themselves. The first signs of puppet manufacture in Vala-de-Len go back to the century. I'm not good with Roman numerals, I apologize. While there was maybe no definite puppet industry at the time, Hermann Vorarlberg's renown was recognized even in the court of the emperor. Artisan H. Vorarlberg and a servant presenting his puppets to the emperor. That's this picture here. It was not until the century that Charles Vorarlberg founded the Vorarlberg Mechanical Toy and Puppet Factory. The industrial activity in the valley really took off. The reputation of Vala-de-Len and its famous toys then just kept growing and growing. My phone's trying to call people. Charles Vorarlberg with one of his creations. A large part of production was devoted to producing theatrical puppets at the time. That's a scary looking puppet. The turn of the 20th century was Vala-de-Len's golden age, as expressed in the factory's impressive architecture and the main houses of the town. The Vorarlberg reputation crossed the oceans, dispatching its fine precision mechanisms across the globe to delighted buyers who began to believe that the Vorarlberg automatons had a life of their own. Since the end of the Second World War, the destiny of the factory has been in the hands of Rudolf's daughter, Anna Vorarlberg, the last and sole descendant of the prestigious line of craftsmen. This inspiring figure negotiated the business through the end of the war. She breathed new life into production by creating works of art to appeal to experts and enthusiasts alike. Vorarlberg automatons became rare collector's items with highly innovative mechanisms of unequaled ingeniousness even to this day. Okay, so let's go to the desk. All that reading has made my throat dry.
Okay, I'm coming.
Better be.
Hi there.
Hello there, ma'am.
I would like a room. My company should have made a reservation in the name of Walker. The company is Marson and Lormont Associates. The name is Kate Walker.
Of course, Miss Walker. You are in room 6 on the next floor up.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Kate Walker and...
Of course. Walker, room 6, next floor up.
I would like to see my room now.
As you like, miss.
I really don't have the strength to take this suitcase any further.
Well, you are
Maybe you can
lazy,
help me.
Miss Kate Walker. Very lazy indeed. Just pick up your suitcase and carry
Hi
it.
there.
Hello there, ma'am.
Could you possibly take my luggage up, please?
Please do excuse me, Miss Walker. We have been neglecting our duties. Guests are so rare these days that we forget our manners. So you're the American woman? Is it true what people say, that you've come to buy the factory?
Not factory. Anna's house. Hans' house.
Excuse me?
Would you quiet down, you mischievous little boy? I imagine our little town must disappoint you. You see, today is very sad for us. It's a day of mourning. Today is the funeral of Miss Anna.
Momo sad, but Hans not dead. Hans long way away. Anna told Momo. Anna liked Momo very much.
That's enough, Momo. Stop pestering the lady. Now go on, scram. Get out of here, you hear?
That's rude. Jerk of an
What was I saying? Oh, yes, Miss Anna. Such a great loss for Valle-de-Laine, it really is. Because now that she's dead, the factory will close. But you're here to stop that happening, aren't you? Our future is in your hands, Miss Walker.
What? Anna Vorarlberg is dead?
See, look at the way he's walking. He shouldn't be carrying that suitcase. She can carry her own suitcase.
Here's your room. I hope you like it, Miss Walker. I'll leave you to rest for the time being. You must have a lot of work to do. You know, the takeover of the factory is very good news for us here. It would make us very happy to see life return to our valley. If only you had seen Valle-de-Laine before. It was delightful. People came from all over the world to buy Vorarlberg automatons. Ah, somebody has left you some mail, I see. Remember, if you need anything at all, we're not far away, Miss Walker.
Dear Kate, our client, the Universal Toy Company, is more than eager to see conclusions from the talks with the Vorarlberg Manufacturing with view to take over in the days to come, and we have received notification to this effect. We are counting on your undoubted qualities as a business lawyer to bring negotiations with Madam Anna Vorarlberg, the current owner, to a close. Allow me to remind you that the Universal Toy Company is a multinational which has a monopoly on the toy market. It is a Class A client, who is also representing Madame Vorarlberg, with a golden opportunity to sell her factory. You should remind her of this fact in case she starts having last-minute second thoughts before signing the purchase agreement. I am under no doubt that you will live up to the great expectations I have in you, Edward Marson.
I should tell Marson about the death of Miss Vorarlberg. I hope this
You
isn't
should.
going to get too complicated. I can't see myself staying here too long.
Okay, well, let's call Mr. Marson.
Marson and Lormont, how can I help you?
Can you put me through to Mr. Marson, please? It's Kate Walker.
Hold the line, please.
Maybe we don't want to hold. Crappy elevator music.
Hello, Kate. So tell me, how's the case going?
Horribly.
I've just got to Valladolid, and there's a slight problem, Mr. Marson, I'm afraid. Mrs. Vorarlberg is dead.
Ah, that's most unfortunate. But I seem to remember we made provisions for just such a sad eventuality, and we know that there was no heir.
Yes, that's right, but...
So where's the problem, Kate? Contact the notary right away. I'll get my secretary to fax you his address and an introduction letter from the firm.
Very good, Mr. Marson.
Right, I gotta go, Kate. Keep me up to date, okay?
I just...
Anyone else notice the subtitles are off? I remember it being that way when I played this when I was a kid. Okay, let's go downstairs and see if we have a fax. There we go.
I'm back again.
Miss Walker?
A fax didn't arrive for me, did it?
Maybe. I thought I heard the phone ring.
Do you think you might want to go and check?
Certainly, ma'am. Immediately.
Thank you very much.
Dear something Alf Walter, as you are no doubt aware, our practice is charged with undertaking negotiations of the takeover of the Vorarlberg manufacturing by our client, the Universal Toy Company. It is with great sadness that we learn of the recent death of the manager and owner of the factory, Madame Vorarlberg, with whom negotiations had started. We are under no doubt that Madame Vorarlberg left you instructions before her death, enabling this sale to be concluded. We should remind you of the significant boost the arrival of the American multinational would bring to the economy of your region. It is for this reason that I am sure you will give our representative, Ms. Kate Walker, a warm welcome. Yours faithfully, Edward Marson.
Thank you.
At your service.
The young boy who was here earlier talked about, Hans. Who is Hans?
Momo was talking about Hans Vorarlberg, Anna's younger brother. But he died a long time ago. Nobody here even met him.
Who is the boy who was drawing here earlier? Is he your son?
Heaven forbid. No, not at all. He's not a bad boy, no. Momo is just a little simple, that's all.
What is his connection with Anna Vorarlberg?
Momo is what you'd call the village idiot, and Anna took him under her wing. He must have reminded her of her younger brother, no doubt. And birds of a feather stick together, don't they?
You're implying that Anna Vorarlberg was a little bit slow as well?
Heaven forbid. No, not at all. She was a real loner. She kept to herself, that's all.
I keep to myself. What's wrong with that?
I just love all these little mechanical robots. I've noticed there are tons of them here in Valladolid.
Be careful what you say. Vorarlberg automatons are not robots. If you want people to like you here, never ever pronounce the word robot.
Okay. What is the difference between an automaton and a robot, then?
Well, to tell you the truth, no one really knows.
Did you know Anna Vorarlberg yourself?
Oh, why, of course I did. I mean, well, not really. She was a very great lady. We loved her very much. May she rest in peace.
I'm gonna go look around Valadilen. See you later.
As you like, miss.
Over here and get these things the boy dropped. Cogs of some sort. Large cogwheel. Okay. Oh. They don't go in here somehow? Can I get the inventory open? Thank you. Oh. Don't go there, apparently. Move a bit quicker, Kate.
No need to go down there.
Go down where? You're just opening a door. You're not going down anywhere. Unless maybe that's the basement. Good possibility.
Good morning. Are you open? Can I buy something from your bakery?
No, afraid not. Not possible. We're closed.
I can wait a while.
You can wait, but we're closed all day. Day of mourning.
I'm sorry. Please accept my condolences.
Don't worry about it. Because of Madame Vorarlberg's death, all the shops are closed. Mayor's decision. Try tomorrow.
Tomorrow I won't be here. That's a pity.
Go over here.
No need to go down there.
Why are you going down? Why do you assume everything is underground? Get up here, inventory. It's a nifty little invention.
Hello, sir.
Miss Walker, I presume. Have you had a good journey?
Everything went very smoothly. Thank you.
Do take a seat, Miss Walker, please.
I imagine you are aware of the business that brings me here.
Of course, I was waiting for you.
I am the legal representative for the Universal Toy Company. I'm responsible for...
So I understood, Miss Walker.
Don't have to be rude about it, sir.
Miss Walker, I am afraid that the sale of the Vorarlberg factory is not as straightforward as it first seemed.
Whoa there. Everything was agreed. We'd obtained Anna Vorarlberg's consent, and her death does absolutely nothing to invalidate that. Now, I have to be back in New York the day after tomorrow, Metro Alphoter. My client and I are impatient to seal this deal.
I understand only too well, Miss Walker. There is an heir, Miss Walker.
Excuse me? An heir? But Madame Vorarlberg never married, as far as I know. And in my last conversation with her, she absolutely never mentioned this detail.
Miss Walker, believe me, I was more surprised than you are. Anna Vorarlberg sent me a letter 2 days before she died. Understand, Miss Walker, that had I known about this earlier, I would have informed you. I shall read you the document in my possession.
I feel like my glasses are crooked.
I am so very old. It seems that today life is slipping away from me more quickly than I imagined, and I fear that I will not be of this world to sign the takeover contract for my dear factory. So, I must make this confession to you now. My brother, Hans, is still alive. It would not surprise me if you find this difficult to believe, but it is indeed the truth. You must remember his death, his funeral, too. Even though you were very young at the time, it was but a sordid charade dreamt up by our father. To him, the very idea that his only son should wish to leave Baladillen and abandon the family business was unbearable. When Hans left, he preferred to think him dead and make everybody else believe this too. He obliged me to bear this terrible secret as well. I repeat that Hans is still alive, so when I die, it is he who becomes the sole and rightful heir of our factory.
Okay, I see. If Hans Vorarlberg is not dead after all, then I just have to sign the contracts with him. I suppose you've already contacted him? Where can I reach him?
The second half of the letter informs us that Hans Vorarlberg is somewhere in Syberia. I will leave the document in your hands to read at your leisure.
Okay, this is a little different than what he read, so I'm gonna read it. Dear whatever, Alphalter, it seems that today life is slipping away from me more quickly than I imagined, and I fear that I will not be of this world to sign the takeover contract for my dear factory, so I must make this confession to you now. My brother Hans is still alive. It would not surprise me if you find this difficult to believe, but it is indeed the truth. You must remember his death, his funeral too, even though you were very young at the time. It was but a sordid charade dreamt up by our father. To him, the very idea that his only son should wish to leave the Val de Laine and abandon the family business was unbearable. When Hans left, he preferred to think him dead and make everybody else believe this too. He obliged me to bear this terrible secret as well. I repeat, Hans is still alive, so when I die, it is he who becomes the sole and rightful heir to our factory. I never had the chance to see my dear brother again. Fortunately, though, Hans and I have remained very close in thought. Throughout the years, I've been able to follow his meandering life as he sporadically sent me news. On occasion, he would write me letters, but they were rare, as my brother, since his unfortunate accident, has maintained a phobia for the written word. However, he sent me several plans of automatons that I eagerly had made up at the factory, and I will admit that they have largely contributed to the success of Vorarlberg creations. Hans has always had a marvelous gift of breathing life into objects through clever combinations of cogwheels and springs. My little brother is a genius in the true sense of the word. Let us return to the matter at hand. Rest assured, my personal conviction that my brother will not object to the slightest in the sale of the factory. If I have already passed away when you come to read this letter, it is to him that the matter should be addressed. I received this letter 6 months ago, posted from the north of Syberia. I regret to say that I have received no more recent news. I am aware of the difficult situation in which my confession and lack of further details leave you, but I wish to die with a clear conscience. I would be grateful, dear Alfolter, if you could inform the American law firm with whom I have been dealing of these developments. I have grown so old, so tired. Will all my respect and final greetings, Anna Vorarlberg.
Anna Vorarlberg had no further information to add?
Unfortunately not, Miss Walker. I have told you as much as I know. The situation, in legal terms, is now clear. If you want to conclude this sale, you have to find Hans Vorarlberg. Apparently, there is a body lying in the town cemetery. There also seems to be some ghost wandering around Syberia. It seems you have your work cut out for you. Believe me, Miss Walker, when I say that I am most sorry for this regrettable setback. Most sorry.
Sure
Great.
You are.
What now, then?
Perhaps you will find out more in the Vorarlberg factory archives. You will find the key in the waiting room. My role in this affair finishes here with the reading of this letter. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must rest. You see, my health is not excellent at the moment, and my doctor forbids me from working for too long. I will not detain you for any longer, Miss Walker. Do not forget to close the door as you go out.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay, he said I would find the key out here. Where would I find the key at? No. No. Okay. Apparently the key is not here. Mr. Alfolter Liarpants. Oh, wait a minute. What's over here? What did you pick up? Oh, okay. I was looking for an actual, key. Ew. Yep, there's no key. There's a little telescopic key. Mourning the loss of the queen of our hearts. Let us pay homage today to Anna Vorarlberg, who died peacefully yesterday at the age of 86. The great lady devoted her life to her business and our community. This formidable woman had an extraordinary energy, a force that allowed her allowed our automaton technology to develop and make our valley continually proud. Her vitality was matched by her generosity and goodness, which has marked all of Vala de Lin's inhabitants. The mayor of our town has declared that today would be a day of collective mourning in honor of Madame Vorarlberg. Her funeral will take place this morning at 10 a.m. in the parish church, officiated by the town's own priest. Editorial. Anna Vorarlberg's death marks the end of an era in Vala de Lin. Madame Vorarlberg was an outstanding woman who presided over Vorarlberg manufacturing for more than 50 years. Her death seems to bring further loss in its wake, sounding the death knell of our automaton factory, the economic heart of our town. It is impossible to view her passing without concern for the future of our valley. In the last decade, computers, video games, and electronic robots have become predominant in our consumer society, rendering traditional clockwork mechanisms obsolete. The age of the wind-up toy is over. Such technology cannot compete in the modern economic climate and has fallen by the wayside. It would have been definitively consigned to oblivion if Vorarlberg manufacturing had not upheld its renowned something, helping Vala de Lin to remain economically active. However, today the industry has lost its spiritual force and the future looks bleak. Maybe the time has come to celebrate the prospective American takeover of the factory, but what will be the cost to the soul of Vala de Lin? Can we go over here? Let's see. She didn't shut the door. That was nice of her. She didn't shut the notary's door. Come on, Kate, run. From what I remember, this is a pretty long game. And that's why I'm going to record at least an hour for the channel, because I can now.
Hello?
Kate?
Dan, I'm so pleased to hear your voice.
How are you, honey? Did you have a good journey? Have you settled in?
It was long, tiring, damp especially, but I'm okay. Especially when you...
Everything going as planned?
Yeah, I mean, well, not really. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. You know, everything's so different here.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I managed to free myself up tomorrow lunchtime. I'll come and meet you at the airport. I hope the flight from Paris won't be delayed. We're expected at the Goldbergs about 8 o'clock. I hope you have the time to take a shower and change, my poor honey bun.
Dan, I don't think the Goldbergs tomorrow night is really on.
Don't worry, Kate. You'll be as perfect as ever. Anyway, you never have to wear much to look really great.
Dan, I'm going to have to extend my stay here. There's 1 or 2 complications. You understand?
Kate, honey, what are you talking about? It's only a measly toy factory.
The sale isn't going through as expected. I've got to stay a bit longer. Dan, you don't mind, do you?
But Katie, you can't do this to me. I mean, it's the Goldberg contract. There's millions of dollars on the line here.
I know, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Don't worry about me. I'll get back as soon as I can, I promise. Okay, I've got to go. I'll call you back soon. Love you, honey.
Good morning.
Good morning. What a pleasure to meet such a
lovely young lady honoring our aging streets. Please sit yourself down next to me so we can enjoy the air together.
It would be a pleasure, but I'm afraid I don't have the time. Some other time, maybe.
I hope so, miss. I remember when these streets were full of vibrant life. In those days, there was a charming encounter to be had round every corner. Our good little town of Valladolid is not what it used to be.
It looks like things have changed a bit around here.
Our children have all left the valley. They need to earn a living, don't they? Can't really blame them. You have to move with the times, don't you? And it's not at the Vorarlberg factory that they'll find jobs. Being excluded from the world is not an easy burden to bear, believe you me, miss.
But it's such a pretty little village.
I can tell you're not from these parts. I hope you enjoy the pleasures that we still have to offer. Good day to you.
Can we go up here and do something? Oh, we can.
Hello.
Kate, so what's new?
We've got a problem, Mr. Marson.
What problem? Come on, Kate, don't beat around the bush.
There's maybe an heir.
What?
Hans, Anna Vorarlberg's brother. Looks like he's still alive. We can't buy the factory without his consent.
What? What is this? Where's this mystery brother come from? And more to the point, where is he? What did the notary say?
Nothing. I mean, nothing else. You know, sir, it's an odd town here. Everything's odd. The people, things. The situation's not straightforward. I have a small bit of research to do.
Listen to me, Kate. Universal Toys is one of our biggest clients, and I don't care how weird that town is. All that matters is that you do not set foot back in New York before you've tied up the deal. Get the picture.
Yes, Mr. Marson. You can count on me. Darn it!
He's rude. Oh, what's over here? Nothing, apparently. No, wait. Don't go over here. Go over here first. Well, that's creepy.
I can't go that way.
How do you know? Have you even tried, Kate?
No point. It's locked.
Of course it's locked. Door back here. It's unlocked. For once, it's unlocked. Can we go over here?
No point. It's locked. I can't open it. This thing's jammed.
Great. Don't turn it upside down. Please don't turn it up. Okay. No. The key of the coffin. Looks like music notes. Ah, you see there's something back here. To my successor, the Val-de-Delenne parish priest. The sanctity of confession is a sacred vow, so these revelations are the result of much soul-searching and reflection. One day in March 1938, Rudolf Vorarlberg knocked at my door. I was a young priest then, and was overawed by the dominant personality of the town's most important figure. I remember it was raining that day, and beneath his dripping hair, Monsieur Vorarlberg's face was the very expression of eternal pain itself. Through gritted teeth, his eyes swimming with grief, he announced that his son Hans had just died. He wanted me to come immediately to bless the body. I entered the dark drawing room at the family home. Hans' coffin was set in the middle, sealed shut. Monsieur Vorarlberg explained to me that he wanted no one to see the body of his son. Hans' badly mangled corpse had been discovered at the bottom of a precipice. It was presumed that he had slipped and fallen badly. Despite his 18 years of age, the young Vorarlberg did not have all his faculties. I believed him. I led the funeral and officiated the mass and burial. We buried Hans Vorarlberg with all the dignity and solemnity befitting such a tragedy. Life indeed hangs by a thread, and I would have surely forgotten this episode. Only, several years later, after her father's death, Anna Vorarlberg had an accident at the factory and nearly died. Such a close call with death seemed to awake her a need to confess. Seemed to awake in her a need to confess. What I heard that day would haunt my dreams hereafter. Oh, excuse me. She told me that the body of her younger brother Hans was not at rest in the family tomb, for the simple reason that he was still alive. I had blessed and sanctified an empty coffin. I had assisted and sanctioned a masquerade staged by Rudolf Vorarlberg himself to exercise the blind hatred that he felt for his son. His son had left, and he felt betrayed. A man who preferred to believe and make others believe his son was dead. Rather than accept this truth, had shamefully deceived me. What kind of priest was I, and what kind of priest would I become? Our merciful Father alone will be my judge. It is my duty to inform you that one of your flock is still unaccounted for. I leave this terrible secret in your hands to do with what you will. Leon Bonnard, priest. There's the key. Close. One of these things, it looks like music notes. Take anything else? Run, Kate, run! Ooh, this This is what the cogs are for. Elevator going up. That's disturbing.
If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing.
Could it perhaps be music notes? That's Christmas music. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that again. Well, I don't think it's the wedding march. This ought to do something. The music's kicking up.
I no longer need these punch cards.
So what, did you just throw them on the floor? Elevator going down. Ta-da! Because she did just throw the punch cards on the floor. Now we go down into the crypt. I'd like to know what it says above the door there. I don't know if it's symbols or if it's actually words. I think this is considered grave robbing, Kate. This is considered grave robbing if there's nobody in there? Mountain fall kills local figure. March 17th, 1938. The Vorarlberg family was struck by tragedy yesterday. Rudolf Vorarlberg discovered the lifeless body of his son Hans at the bottom of a precipice. Loose rocks and poor visibility occasioned by the morning mist were probably the cause of the young man's fall. This is the theory put forward by the family, as there is no witnesses. Hans had just turned 18 years of age. 8 years ago he suffered a similar serious accident from which he never fully recovered the full use of his mental faculties. Despite living almost as a recluse, he is still a well-known figure, as the future of Vorarlberg manufacturing lay in his hands. We at the Valladolid Gazette wish to extend our deepest sympathy to his family and express our sincere condolences to Rudolf Vorarlberg and his daughter Anna, who today becomes the sole inheritor of the automaton factory. What did I just pick up? Valladolid voice cylinder. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I think I'm going to leave this episode here because I said I was going to record for an hour. We're moving along. Right now I'm 55 minutes into my recording. But I also wanted to explain something. You may have seen this on my finger, because I was an idiot and sliced my finger open with a whittling knife last night, carving some wood at about 1 o'clock. So that was fun. I needed stitches and dressing changed and everything else. But I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Again, thank you for watching, and I'm hopefully going to resume recording and uploading more frequently. So, thank you.